Hello traders, I'm Igor Bersanko and this is WaveTrading. So let's start with dollar index, where we've got a quite tricky wave count. As you can see on the daily chart, there's a possible bullish impulse which could be wave 5. But on the 4 hours chart, we've got a very difficult wave structure, so I'm out of the market here. And it seems like we've got a local zigzag here, which could be wave 2 inside this diagonal triangle in wave 5. So if we see here a bullish impulse, somewhere in here, after wave 2 ends, only after this I'm going to buy. Euro dollar isn't easy as well, and it seems like I've got here a wedge in wave 1 and a possible zigzag here in wave 2. Last week I've got some stop losses here and now I don't have any trades. But if we see a small bearish impulse afterwards somewhere in here, then and only then I'm going to sell. If the price goes higher, I'll be out of the market. Australian dollar versus New Zealand dollar is still very bullish, so it seems like I've got here an extension in the third wave and there's an opportunity to have wave 5 inside this wave 3. So I'm keeping my long trades here, and if this high be broken, I'm going to move my stop losses somewhere in here. And I've got 2 short trades on Australian dollar versus Canadian dollar, cause we've got here a possible zigzag in wave 2 with an impulse in wave C here. So there's an opportunity to have a bearish impulse in wave 3, this one, and if the price goes lower, I'm going to sell even more. Wave count on Japanese yen is quite complicated because I'm still unsure is wave 2 OB ended or not. So I've got my stop losses here on Friday and now I'm out of the market, but if we see here a zigzag in wave 2 and a small bullish impulse afterwards in the direction of this wave 3, if it all happens, I'm going to buy to trade this wave 3. British pound still has this bearish trend with a possible triangle here in wave 4. So it seems like there's a bearish impulse in wave 1 which is taking place on a 1 hour chart, and we've got another pullback from this moving average line. So I am keeping one short trade because there's an opportunity to have bearish impulse in this wave 5. So when it ends, there'll be an opportunity to have a correction which could be wave 2, like 1, 2, and then bears are likely going to deliver another impulse in wave 3 here. So when this correction ends, I'm going to sell again. Euro versus pound is still very bullish because we've got a pullback from this moving average line, and it's likely that this wave 3 is going to be continued. So I'm keeping my long trades here and I'm going to buy even more on the common local correction. Dollar versus crown is still bullish, and we've got this bullish impulse which could be wave 3 inside bigger wave 3. So I'm going to buy more on Monday to trade the rest of this wave 3. And we are moving on to Mexican dollar, where we've got an opportunity to have a new high because we've got a pullback from this moving average line. So bulls are likely going to deliver wave 3. I've got one long trade here and I'm going to buy more to trade the common bullish impulse which could be wave A inside wave 3. We've got a zigzag here in wave 1 inside this possible diagonal triangle, so wave 3 here could be a zigzag as well. Pound versus franc has been declining since we've got this double zigzag in wave 2, like WXY. So we've got this, a bearish impulse which could be wave 1. I am not going to keep my trades during this correction, so I have stop losses here at the nearest critical level. And we've got a correction on Turkish lira, which has been started when this impulse in wave 5 was ended. So this wave 4 is likely going to be continued, and I am not going to trade this pair in the coming weeks. Australian dollar is still very bearish because we've got a pullback from the upper side of this triangle and from this moving average line. So there's an opportunity to have another impulse which could be wave 5. And as you can see on the 1 hour chart, we've got a bearish impulse in wave 1, so there's an opportunity to have a correction which could be wave 2, like this. So I'm out of the market until this correction ends, and when we see a bearish impulse somewhere in here, I'm going to sell again. Gold is still declining and I've got one short trade because there's a pullback from this moving average line, and it seems like we're going to have another impulse, which could be wave 5 inside this wave 3. So if the price goes lower on Monday, I'm going to move my stop loss to the break-even zone. And I'm still out of the market on oil cause we've got here a quite difficult correction, which could be wave 4 inside this diagonal triangle in wave 5. So there's an opportunity to have a bullish price movement in wave 5. However, I'm out of the market until we see somewhere in here a bullish impulse, which could be a sign that we could see here another zigzag, which could be wave 5. Though index is still bullish, so this wave 3 is likely going to be continued, and as you can see on the 1 hour chart, we're likely going to have wave 5 inside wave 3 in the coming weeks. So I've got one lot trade here, and I'm going to buy even more if we see a bullish impulse here. And the same story on Nasdaq, and I've got here one long trade, and I'm going to buy more on Monday cause bulls are likely going to deliver this wave 3 very soon. And I'm still keeping my long trades on Facebook cause I've got here a quite strong bullish trend, and this wave 5 inside this wave 3 is likely going to be continued, so we could see here new highs next week. At the same time, this wave count is a quite tricky cause we could have, for example, a diagonal triangle like that, so I have my stop losses here, which is pretty close to the price. And also there's a bullish moment on Apple, cause we've got here a massive extension in the third wave and a pullback from this moving average line. So we're likely going to see wave 5 next week, and that's why I'm keeping my long trade with a break-even stop loss. And that's all for today's video. Have a good week and profitable trades. Take care. Bye bye.